this game. Call the gambling hotline. Get yourself some help. You don't want any part of that game.
Weather for New York?
It's 49, so it's downright balmy.
God.
I think it's going to be cloudy, partly cloudy.
Ooh.
And actually, I'm sorry, only 46. But still, that is warm for this time of year.
That's warm. Yeah. Maybe they'll get a nor'easter real late.
Stop trying to delay the inevitable. The Philadelphia Eagles are 6-7.
Oh, wait, I have one more thing to say.
The Redskins are 3-10. What?
I don't know. I just don't want to talk about this game.
The Eagles are 14th in the power rankings. The Redskins 29th. The Eagles are favored by 4.5 in this one. I've got nothing other than the Redskins are worse than the Eagles, no matter what you say, James. Justin, go ahead.
Are you sure?
I think so.
Eagles aren't good. Skinnies are terrible, though. Give me the Eagles.
Oh, gosh. What's wrong with you people? My team sucks. Did you see that horrible performance on Monday night? Did you?
All right.
Did you see one wide receiver burn the same two cornerbacks on the same route for both touchdowns? Simple go route. No double move. Just a go route. Hi, cornerback. I'm running past you to catch the ball right there, and then I'm going another 20 yards into the end zone, and you can't stop me because I'm at midfield, and you don't like even looking at me. Like, what the hell is up with these corners?
Hey,
you have
James.
Corners on the injury report too, I believe.
Hey, James.
Jalen
James,
Mills.
what's the name of the owner of the Eagles?
Jeffrey Lurie.
Okay, so I think maybe Lurie Productions needs to start making a documentary.
Oh, gosh.
Jokes.
It wouldn't help because even if Darby and Mills watch tape, they're still going to do dumb things like, I don't know, I'm in man coverage and my team is the front seven is blitzing. It's 3rd and 3. Let me back up 8 yards from the wide receiver when you should be jamming him to disrupt the timing because it's probably a quick slant to get the first down. But they do that every single game like clockwork. I have no idea why. For the sake of the injury report, just because I mentioned Mills, he has an elbow. Just sit down because your legs don't even move as fast as your elbow and your neck because you can't turn around and locate the ball to save your life. Nelson Aguilar has a knee
I feel like
injury.
I just got the weirdest anatomy lesson of all time.
You're welcome. Nelson Aguilar has a knee injury. Should probably, as long as it's not his hands, but hey, he can't catch squat to begin with. Jordan Howard's nursing a shoulder. I really need him back so they can pound the ball inside. Although Boston Scott was pretty good on Monday night. Lane Johnson is what I'm really worried about. He has a high ankle sprain. He's questionable. And Derek Barnett and Kamau Grugier-Hill are still on the injury report with whatever they have. For Washington, Ryan Kerrigan is out. Oh, my gosh. That's shocking. He has a calf injury. Paul Richardson is nursing a hamstring, but he's not the guy I'm concerned with in Washington. It's Scary Terry McLaurin, who Neil loves. If that guy is playing on the field, Mills and Darby are going to have a long day because all he's going to do is run a go route, and they're not going to catch him. So,
well, would you like to hear from your Scottish counterpart here?
Sure. I'm pretty sure he starts with bloody hell, football.
Football, bloody hell. That's exactly how he starts. But I really love his first paragraph is great too. Eagles look plucked. They drag their sorry carcass into the nation's capital, clinging to their prison hopes like a fleeing prisoner grappling with razor wire. Yet they are like a guy swimming in an Egyptian river, in denial. Get it?
Yes, they are.
However, the league's most successful ever division is still trawling through a mountain of discarded and pungent trash for a winner, so the scrawny Beagles are still in with a sniff. Offensively, Hasko is coming along. My one wish for the new head coach who will arrive soon is that he will implement more spread offensive sets. Hasko looks far more comfortable there than in Big Bad Bill's I formation. No Geist this week, which means Peterson will get 20-plus carries. This may not be a good thing. That leaves a lot on the shoulders of Scary Terry and increasingly Kelvin Harmon to keep the team moving. It's a tough ask. Defensively, just too many coverage breakdowns and a lack of consistency points to poor coaching. Those outstanding plays you see are balanced by torturous, blown coverages, and you can't win those games very often. With Ryan Kerrigan out, Marcus Sweat will look to add to his 5 sacks, although Old Spice will try and stop him. No sweat in the NFL. He'll need to pressure Wentz. Our season is done. Washington is still in the race for Chase Young. So a tidy we lost beckons. Redskins 17, Eagles 23, HTTR.
Interesting that he's worried about coverage breakdowns against a wide receiving core that Carson Wentz refuses to throw the ball to outside of Zach Ertz. And Dallas Goedert also needs time on the jug machine. But, yeah, there are two sweats in this game. One plays for Philly.
Well, there you go. The Seattle Seahawks, Justin, are on the road to the Carolina Panthers. Seahawks 10-3, Panthers 5-8. Seahawks are 5th in the power rankings. The Panthers are 23rd. Seahawks are favored by 6 in this game. Seahawks have won the past 2 versus the Panthers, including a 3-point victory last season in Carolina. They have a plus 11 take giveaway ratio. Don't think the play 60 kid can pull this off. Run CMC in his 1,000 chances. He's already over 1,000 rushing. He's at 867 with 3 games left to play. I went to Emerson, so you can question my math. 133 to pull it off. That's 45 a game. I think he might do it, but he's not going to win this game. Seahawks in the victor's chair, Justin.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty easy one to pick. I will say CMC, exquisite football player. What a complete running back. He's a bit of a throwback to the guys that could do everything, like the Gale Sayers of the world. It's really fun to watch him. And if you're a Carolina fan, that's all you have to look at. I mean, who knows who's even going to be their quarterback next year. If you're a Seahawks fan, obviously you want to bounce back from the tough loss. You're hoping that they blow out this team, but they don't blow out teams. They play things close to the vest. The one thing that I'm kind of keeping my eye on, though, is DK Metcalf. He's just shy of 800 yards right now, which means he's got a shot to hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, which sounds good until you realize that he had a bad 3-cone. So,
He had a bad 3-cone. He didn't eat a 3-cone. There's no way he's eating ice cream with that body.
Dude, honestly, like he, with how shredded he is, like just standing, like those muscles must just consume so many calories. I haven't had a chance to see him in person. I've actually seen a lot of the players in person because up until a month ago, I worked where they did all their meetings. But my goodness, just a ginormous human being, and I can't believe he was like the 7th wide receiver taken. All your teams are idiots, guys.
Yeah, my team definitely, because I think we had a chance to take him to him passed.
Yeah, probably passed on him a few times.
Yeah, we did. Injuries starting with the Panthers. Greg Olson's in a concussion protocol. Gerald McCoy is listed as questionable. Mario Addison has a chest injury, and he didn't practice this week. Justin, since we have you here, thoughts on these players playing? We already know Rashard Penny is out.
After the season, ACL.
Yep. Jadeveon Clowney has a core injury, didn't practice on Wednesday. Play or not play?
He's also been out with the flu. I wouldn't be shocked if he didn't play.
Okay, Shaquille Griffin, cornerback, has a hamstring, limited in practice.
He'll play.
Luke Wilson, hamstring, also limited in practice.
He's missed the last few weeks. I think the main reason he's limited in practice is they're easing him in. I think he'll go.
All right, Michael Kendricks, hamstring.
Yeah, he'll go. Assuming he's not, sent for prison for securities fraud.
Oh, gosh. Ziggy Ansah.
I don't know what's up with
his injury is. He's questionable. Yeah, because he didn't play the last game.
No, he didn't. And so I'm going to say he's out.
Okay, and your tackles, George Fant and Dwayne Brown, both listed as questionable.
I think both will go.
Okay.
By the way, 56 and sunny in Charlotte. Gorgeous football weather.
That's good. And so I think an underrated fact of Russell Wilson's career is he's actually kind of terrible in bad weather. So I'm all for the 56 and sunny.
There you go. All right. Hey, 4:00 games. We got quite a few. There's 5 4:00 games. I have to say,
Sweet.
I think when the flexing happens, the team that played the night game was previously scheduled to play the night game ends up at 4, which ends up increasing the number of 4:00 games, which is nice.
That's great.
It is, especially now that I have Red Zone, so I can watch way more games than usual. This will be the first chance I've had to watch Red Zone post 4:00, so I'm excited. The Cleveland Browns are 6-7. The Arizona Cardinals 3-9-1. Browns are 20th in the power rankings. The Cardinals 27th. Browns favored by 2.5 in this game. And while I'd like to take the Cardinals, I just feel that the Browns, despite being all discombobulated right now, aren't the novelty act that the Cardinals are. And the novelty appears to have worn off in Arizona. And when I say novelty, and I'm going to throw it to you, Justin, because you've seen the Cardinals more than I have, for sure, as they're in your division. I mean, like, they came out with this offense, and it seemed to be very confusing to teams at the start of the season, but I think they've sort of gotten onto it. And I also think that there might be an injury there with Kyler Murray that he's trying to play through that is also sort of hampering what they were doing early on this season.
Yeah, I think that's certainly part of it. He seems, from what I understand, a little bit banged up. He hasn't thrown for even 200 yards in almost a month now. And that Cliff Kingsbury offense, I think you're right. I think it's not like, he's no Chip Kelly offensive wizard. Am I right, James?
Oh, God, I threw up in my mouth. What did you say?
Oh, sorry. My bad. Yeah, but like I kind of feel like for the most part, like the college like wonder kid coming up and setting the league on fire doesn't really exist anymore, which was weird with a guy who had a losing record in college anyway. I think for them, injuries are catching up, and like Kyler's had a pretty good rookie year, but he is still a rookie. I mean, he's got a QBR right around 50, which is not great, but he's a rookie. The Browns have looked really good for a stretch, and then looked bad last week. But they look good against bad teams, and Arizona is still a bad team. So I like the Browns in this one, but Arizona, they're just finding their way. I think they just need to get through the season. Hopefully Kyler gets healthy, gets some more reps. But they're not even really a contender for 500. I think this year. I think that's all next year. Yeah, they lost. Oh my God, 6.
Well, they went 3-9-1, so they can't be 500 this year.
Yeah.
Nah, no 500 this year.
Ugh.
By the way, Cleveland is actually a game better than they were last year at this point, at 6-7. Well, technically, they're a half game better than they were at this point last year.
Even still, if their record's better at this point than it was last year, I still think overall they're a dumpster fire. To say they've underachieved, no, seriously.
No, they've completely underachieved. They had higher expectations than 6-7,
right?
For sure.
Fired Freddie Kitchens, man. What a disaster that place is.
Absolutely, the entire coaching staff. And look, I get it that you wanted to retain Kitchens because of the success Mayfield had last year, but that's not translated to this season. Mayfield he's playing like an average quarterback. He's not setting the world on fire. He's making horrible decisions. He's standing in the pocket too long. He's running when he doesn't have to. He's missing open receivers downfield, and he can't seem to integrate Odell Beckham into the passing game, as far as trusting him in one-on-one coverage, because I don't know if you have Odell Beckham Jr. out there and there's only one guy on him. I'm throwing him the ball to give him a chance to make a play, and he's not even doing that. Notwithstanding Beckham's on the injury report with that inner thigh injury, because screw you, Pod. I know the word is. But yeah, I mean, I don't trust Cleveland. Look, Cleveland could have did, if they were so worried about Kitchens leaving, they could have did what Dallas did several years ago and hired the coach they wanted to hire, probably on the defensive side of the ball, and just let that coach know you're keeping Kitchens as the OC, much like when Jerry Jones hired Wade Phillips way back when and told him, oh, by the way, Jason Garrett's going to be your offensive coordinator. That's not up for debate. You can hire whoever else you want, but Garrett's the offensive coordinator. And they could have did the same thing in Cleveland. Yeah, it's probably not a practical thing to do, but if you want to retain somebody, that was probably the best way to go about it, because Kitchens doesn't even know how to manage this team as a whole.
Well, quite honestly, I know we've had this conversation about Greg Williams before, as he's now with the Jets. God. But I do think they miss Greg Williams as their defensive coordinator. We can say whatever we want about Greg Williams, but he had success with this defense. And the Browns' defense this year is nowhere near where they were last year.
No, but the other thing is that Greg Williams defenses have no discipline. They made